What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor and Lorraine. Welcome back to another month of the Patreon Help episode here on the Heroes for Hire podcast.
Nice.
This is the Lazarus Pit, and we are back talking one movie that was nominated by one of the lovely, absolutely evil, but also kind of funny fuckers. Because Sean, before we started recording this, I am joined. Look, you know who I'm joined by. he's here. Your man's here too. But what the most importantly is, as I said, "Are you ready to go?" And then I turned on my mic. He said, "My mouth feels funny. I was in the dentist earlier," so he never changes, even off mic.
No, that's just how I talk to my friends. No, I was in the dentist. I got a scale and polish done on my teeth. He told me that they're very, very good. They're very clean, is what he said to me.
You feel like you've done really well when they say something nice.
Yeah, like the dentist was just like, "No, shot. I have no advice to give you. Keep doing what you're doing. Maybe a bit of extra flossing in the back molar. I've got a wisdom tooth coming up, you see, Connor."
Yeah, hate that.
Bit of movement
I went 2 weeks ago. What I got was, they look lovely. Absolutely no need for any fillings. But
deadly. Your
gums, you're brushing too hard.
Oh,
and I was
like,
but I don't know my own strength, Sean.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm too big.
What I did, I switched to a soft bristle toothbrush. Takes it out of the equation.
Oh, lads. This is...
We're a minute and a half in.
You paid for this.
I don't want to talk about this movie, if you can't tell.
This is the people kind enough to support us, and this is the shit that we're talking about. Sean, this was thrown into the hat. I cannot remember when, but it came out, and then you said when we put it back in, and I went no, because sadly, actually, this week, Jason David Frank, who plays Tommy in this movie and is a legendary character from the Batman mythos and all the Batman series, or Batman Power Rangers, Jesus. Power Rangers mythos and all those series. He passed away this week, and I thought it's actually kind of nice and weird that it came out of the hat, even though it's a god-awful movie that I will defend until my dying breath.
That's an interesting stance to take, I will say. No, it sucks that the man is dead. I know for power. No,
sucks to be you, but
no, and I know it was a big part of your childhood, a lot of people's childhood.
Yeah.
I was more of a Voltron kid, but I'm going to try and not let that colour my impression of this film, Connor, because I'm gonna say it outright. This is one of the worst things I've ever watched.
What are you talking about?
This is insulting even to kids.
Cinema. This is cinema. Now, I know, actually, I thought of when it got nominated. So, I don't know when it was, maybe 7 or 8 weeks ago on Weird News, I really quickly told you the plot of this movie, and I went, it doesn't matter, and I moved on, and you were like, that sounds insane, and I think one of you kind fuckers then threw it in the hat because you wanted Sean to sit through this, and I cannot respect that more. That kind of hustle, that rise and grind hustle mentality is something I respect.
It's rare that in a kids movie I'm ever on the side of the villains, but what's her name? Fucking Diva Tog or something like Diva Tox. I am fully on, not just because she's a space pirate, but also because that fucking wizard thing that's in this movie is deeply unsettling to me.
So if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about Turbo, a Power Rangers movie this month. So, Sean, we actually talked the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie last year.
It was about this time last year, I think, wasn't it?
Maybe this time, maybe a bit earlier. But yeah, over 12 months ago, it came out of the hat, and it was from my childhood. So I was like, I love that. I can't wait to watch it. You had not seen it. You had the same reaction. Now, what I will say is, I think compared to this movie, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, fucking Oscar winner.
Oh, it's a masterpiece. It is pure cinema.
So
but this
the
is
idea
a fever
behind
dream.
This, I'm going to give you some backstory, because maybe the backstory will make it better for you, Sean. Maybe you just need layers. Maybe that's what you're missing. So we had the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, right? Yeah. Tommy, who is the Red Ranger in this, don't get confused, he was the White Ranger in the last movie we talked about.
He was.
Played by Jason David Frank. So he's in that movie as the White Ranger. Then The series ends, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and they moved into Zeo, Power Rangers Zeo, I think it was called, right?
Okay.
Tommy became the Raid Ranger of
Who is
Zeo.
the leader of the Power Rangers.
Who was the leader of the Power, and they whittled the team down to 5 with just brand new actors. Well, some carried over and some didn't. It was confusing.
Right.
And so then Zeo runs for a season or two. Then they're like, we want to do a turbo team because cars are cool. We want to do a turbo team.
Yeah.
How do we introduce the turbo team? Well, we take the team from Zeo and then we just turn them into turbo in a cinematic release. This came out in the cinema, Sean, and this was the introduction for these characters.
Because, there's a point in the film where they get the turbo powers.
Yes.
And it's very clearly stated, this is the best it will ever be. This is brand new tech that we've
Those
got.
Zeos and Mighty Morphin dog shit.
Absolutely. Everything you've seen up to this point was nonsense.
You've wasted your time and my time with those fucking powers.
So that's interesting, because I thought that this came after a series.
This came before the series.
That makes okay. Timeline wise, that makes more sense. I thought they were doing like an origin thing. It's okay. I'm less mad about that. That's a cool way of, if you have, kids who are watching Power Rangers all the way through, and you need to send a fitting farewell to Zeo and introduce the Turbo era.
Of course,
doing that in the movie's pretty good. However, make it a good movie would be my point.
Do you want to know how much money they
And
made?
also, sorry, in a minute, but, right? Because they replaced the cool fucking animal Zords with just regular cars in this movie. That objectively look worse than actual cars
just
do.
Objectively way worse.
Because they had to make life-size props for things that could be turned into fucking 8-inch action figures, basically.
Yeah. So
there's no detail.
Look, I really thought I had you with the pirate aspect of this movie. I was like, he might be in on the pirates.
Once I saw the pirates, I was like, this could be the one. But then everything else in the movie happened.
Then you come to the conclusion, Sean, that this movie came out 1997, March 28, right? Big time.
Yeah.
90s were big in the Power Rangers lore. It made $9 million. 9.
How much? What? As in single digit 9 million?
As in 9. 9.
Surely it cost that much to make.
But I don't think it did, because it's kind of made on a TV budget. It looks very TV-like.
It looks shit, but so did everything in the 90s.
I think a lot of the budget went towards locations. That's how you know it's something new.
Because they went to Africa for no reason in this.
Well,
also,
I don't think they actually went to Africa, but yeah, they went to Africa.
The budget was $8 million.
So it made profit. It made a profit, brother.
Not after you market things, Connor.
I don't think they marketed this. Cast is huge. A lot of them are carried over, as I said, from Zeo. You also then have Austin St. John and Amy Jo Johnson, Kimberly and Jason from the original Mighty Morphin coming back. Now, you had never encountered Austin St. John because he was not in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
I think you remember. I remember you telling me about that there was like, there's this other dude who's not involved, but he was on the team. So
he was the leader. Oh, lads, so here we go, right? He was the leader of the Power Rangers, long before Tommy. First 2 seasons of Mighty Morphin, Jason's the leader. He's the Raid Ranger. He's the leader of the team. Then Tommy comes in, and there's a bit of a contract dispute where it said, like, Tommy's now the leader, and Austin St. John was like, no, I'm the leader.
Right.
I'm getting paid leader money, and now Tommy's getting paid more leader money, and I'm not happy with that. And so then and then Austin St. John, Jason's actor, and I think it was Billy left as well, or no, maybe not Billy. 2 of them left anyway, and they kind of left the team, and they replaced them with other actors, which were Rocky and and Adam. I think Adam, the Green Ranger, and this was also one of the replacements. That's
okay. First of all, mad that that's still in your head.
Yeah. It's a big thing. Because
love-
Jason, when I was younger, was my hero. And then he left. And then Tommy became my hero.
You were heartbroken. But Tommy was everyone's hero. Tommy was the cool one. He did flips and shit, Connor.
See, I think Jason was unhappy because he was the cool one until Tommy showed up. And then Tommy was the cool one.
Can't compete with that, though, to be fair. But in terms of Power Rangers movies, right? The first one was at least, it felt like an episode of the TV show but spread out.
Yeah.
But this one felt much more like, here's an ad for a TV show that we're going to make in a few weeks.
This felt like the first 3 episodes squished together.
Yeah. And it looks like it as well.
It does. I also have a story about this movie, which is why it's nostalgic. I've got loads of stories about this movie and Power Rangers in general, Sean. My friend had this on VHS, right?
You had a friend?
I didn't know. Well, that's the most outrageous part of the story, I must admit. I had an acquaintance when I was 7, right, from school, and he had this movie on VHS, right?
Okay.
And I had episodes from like season 2. I had like 2 episodes in like a VHS format. You know, like they used to stick them in and they used to play like 3 in a row.
And you just watch that on loop until the
it was like a clump, right? And I had one of them. And then I said, I'll swap you this for your Turbo movie. And we did the swap at his 7th birthday party. And I watched the shit out of this movie when I was 7. However, his video cassette had some fucking fuzzy bits. So a lot of this movie was seen behind fuzz. And I still hold him to that, to be like a bit of a dickhead movie. I gave you HD, 1999 HD.
Oh, the clearest
fuzzy
Betamax tapes. But... So you couldn't fully enjoy the power of Turbo?
Not until now, yeah. I had never seen this movie without the fuzz until right now, and I have to say it was better with the fuzz.
I'd imagine so. One thing, okay, and I don't know how to bring this up at a later point in the review, but the costume design for Divatox, would that fly now in a kids' movie, do you think?
They just make her into like some sort of like, they give her the most revealing outfit of all time to be like, now she's evil. There you go.
That's how you know, because in the first point from Power, you know what I mean? That's and some exactly. Of the there's always a thing for the like grown-ups in the audience. In the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they meet that fucking witch in the jungle. And she's in like basically a bikini
completely
armor.
naked for a lot of the movie, yeah.
Yeah, and then Divatox shows up from like scene 1 in like the most S&M pirate outfit I've ever seen. And I'm like, I'm on board.
I'm here. I'm with you. Guys, everyone, let's hear her out. What's she up to?
But I just like, what was that like day 1 in the cinema where like all the mums brought their kids to see Power Rangers and they're just like,
you know what's so funny is I remember watching this when I was younger and you just don't like, I never even thought about that. It never even occurred to me. Like I was just watching it. Like I was 7, so it didn't fucking matter to me. Like so I was just like, yeah, what's Tommy doing?
Yeah, Divatox came on screen. You're just like, yeah, but what? Let's get back to the action, guys.
Tommy, what's going on? Speaking of action, Sean, there is none in this movie.
Fuck all happens.
What happens? It's my favourite bit of it, right? So in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, shit happens, right? Where you have that big fight scene at the start. Remember in the construction site? Where they all morph and then there's a big fight scene there.
Yeah, they all do various flips out of frame and then come back in.
It's a good intro. It's a good intro to the characters. Like, right, these are all badasses. They're all fighters. They kick shit out of people. Nobody does anything in this movie. First 35 minutes passed. Nobody has morphed. Nobody has done anything. You have Kat and Tommy get attacked by a snake, and Tommy has a fight with a snake. And
Tommy has a fight with a snake while Kat falls off a cliff.
And she slightly morphs and then doesn't because she's still morphing into the Zeo suit and they want to get away from the Zeo suit so they can show her fully morphed.
That's interesting. That's a weird like story conceit that they came up with.
So the idea is that we can morph them into Zeo until we can't morph them until we give them the turbo powers.
The first
we can't give them the turbo powers until 45 minutes in.
Yeah, and This opens with a Star Wars style opening crawl, by the way, explaining the most batshit insane thing about how this pirate lady is after this wizard for reasons. And I was like, okay, we're going to get like a Merlin style old wizard alien dude. And it's the most Ewok looking puppet motherfucker that's just wandering around Africa, making friends. He tries to make friends with a lion, but he scares it off and he feels bad about that. And then he's adopted by a bunch of chimpanzees. Though. Yeah,
he becomes very good friends with the monkeys.
That's true. But then there's a beautiful scene where like the Rangers collect the wizard and the monkeys wave them all off.
I can't imagine watching this movie after dropping acid. I cannot even fathom what that would be like.
Man, I watched it like during the day and I was still pretty fucked up after it.
It's a movie that is so terrible that I don't even want to go through the whole plot, right? I have the plot written down, Sean, but there is no action until the very end. And there's so many things though that I just took for granted when I was 7 that I really want to know how you feel about it, because I just feel like it'd be funny.
Fair. And can I raise one of these points first? Is that in the vein of all 90s movies, there's a charity martial arts tournament to save the community centre.
Yeah, you gotta save that community centre, man, for all the orphans.
For all the orphans. And then there's that one orphan kid who's friends with the Blue Ranger. And he arrives just as the Blue Ranger gets injured trying to do a spinning kick because, as his coach says, he's quote-unquote trying too hard. He's
a loose cannon. That Rocky guy's a loose cannon, Sean. You can't trust him, right? So I'm going to give you some backstory, right? So Rocky, you might not notice, he has the ability to break gravity. Now, that's not said in the movie, but it's subtle, but it's there. And so what happens is he attempts a kung fu kick and then suddenly and almost amazingly flies 70 feet up over the ropes doing a spinning kick and lands on his back, ultimately, I think, breaking his own spine. And you'll be pleased to know, Sean, that Rocky is no longer in Turbo, the season. He's just gone, written over.
Just that's how they write him out. That's how they get rid of him. And then he's replaced by the orphan kid, who's his friend.
The orphan kid, who... And this was one of the points, Sean, I wanted to bring up. So not only did I want to talk about the kung fu fight that went wrong that leads to Rocky being taken out, but secondly, how do you feel about Justin, child, becoming a Power Ranger, and when he morphs, he becomes an adult?
I mean, it ties into that thing of that Power Rangers is made by 2 separate companies using footage that they bought for cheap from Japan. And so the heights of the actors and sometimes like the size of the actors would change in between shots.
Tommy loses a lot of bulk every time he morphs.
Slims down, really slims down. But it's like, it's that taken to the extreme where it's like, this child is now a full-grown... He Shazams himself, basically, every time.
You know what's amazing about it? They never bring it up. They never have a moment where, like, he's not good at fighting. He suddenly just becomes fucking Bruce Lee after morphing. And he becomes 6'3".
Does he keep the voice, the kid's voice?
Yes, he has the kid's voice when he's morphed, yeah.
I was trying to decide because I was like, surely they wouldn't...
This no, because you forget, Sean, a great line, and this is the good one now. Do you know when they land on the island, right?
Yes.
And they have the cars, and then they decide in the Turbo movie to get out of the cars because running would be faster than in their cars in the Turbo movie. And then you hear Justin fully morphed as a man in his child voice saying, "This sure beats walking." And you know what? He has a fucking good point, to be fair. I kind of agree with him.
And he really captures the epicness of the scene that they're trying to convey.
Because they're running real quick. They're running in a line real quick. And he's like, "This sure beats walking." And I'm like, this is the Turbo movie. I know it's even faster than running. Even if you're a really fast runner. I think Usain Bolt gets in a car sometimes.
The Also, if you're about to go to a fight, don't start sprinting 10 minutes before it. But,
we got to do some cardio.
Because there's that scene in the desert where, like, they've just gotten the turbo Zords.
Yeah.
And they've just gotten
their cool
turbo
tune, though,
powers.
Sean. Gotta admit, that's a cool tune.
It's a cool tune. Cool tune is fine. But the actual scene itself looks horrendous. Because it's just 4 different coloured rectangles coming out of a Darude sandstorm. And then... But also, it's not the full team. It's this real hype moment, but they're missing one of the members. And in the scene before, they're like, yeah, Rocky, he'll join when he's ready. He's going through intense physical therapy right now.
He's paralysed from breaking the sound barrier and the gravity barrier. But at some point, he'll be back. Don't even fucking worry about it, lads. Don't even worry about it.
Also, they give the kid a license, and he's like, "You don't need a license to drive a Zord." And I'm like,
and they're like,
probably have one though.
You fucking should. You're a danger to me and everyone else on the road, so you are, Justin. Oh man, so good. But then did you not like when Tommy goes, "Let's punch it into turbo," and then he sticks it into maybe second gear?
Yeah, because there's definitely only 2 speeds on that car.
Yeah, there's normal and turbo.
Yeah, and then, and look, to skip to the end a bit, because, you know, they, as Power Rangers always do, they resort to using the Megazord, as if that isn't the best way to open a fight, is that it looks like absolute shit, that Megazord.
But it's the most powerful Zord they've ever had.
It looks way worse than the first one, and that was a CGI mess.
Yeah, this was done with, like, small miniatures. Rather than CGI.
Yeah, but I think the land around was miniatures, but surely that's just a man in a suit, right? As the Megazord.
No, it absolutely is. Yeah.
Good, but it's shit.
Yeah.
It looked better when they did Godzilla in the fucking 50s, like.
But Sean, I'm coming to you. So, I mean, we've covered a lot of plot.
I'm so angry.
So,
yeah.
If you could really
also,
sum up the plot.
There's no plot to this. There's no plot.
There is. Right, so here's the plot, right? If I also know, right? So you know the Power Rangers, those lads are there, right? There's a fucking wizard on a planet. Stick with me, right?
Yeah.
Divatox, wearing a very revealing outfit. She decides, I'm a space pirate, and I'm also a dominatrix, and also I want that fucking wizard because he's the only one that can magically resurrect a demon that I want to marry to be ultimately the most powerful in all of the universe. Right?
Yes.
So she wants to resurrect the demon so she can marry the demon, and then the two of them can rule over the universe, destroying everything. Only person that can resurrect the demon is the big man, the big fucking wizard boy, right? He looks like a troll doll. It's one of the worst things you've ever seen in a film, and it must have spent, I would say, €20, €25 creating him, maybe. He has one facial expression.
It's not like a Yoda puppet or anything that it has character. No. It's just like a weird doll, it's like a test, like a proof of concept that they were like, it's going to be something like this but better. Because it's not just stuck cute. With that. No, because it's not cute, it's not wise, it's not scary, it's not anything. But it then just goes, oh. Yeah, and it's also got like a weird fucking dumb family that's been kidnapped, and.
How did it procreate? I've got so many questions.
And what's also wild is that in this Power Rangers movie, they take this fucked up little wizard dude and they take him to a hostage exchange. And there's a bit where he sneaks off from the Power Rangers to give himself
he's terrible
up.
The hostage exchanges, to be honest.
It's horrendous. They're debating and they just turn around and he's gone. And then he looks back midway through, walking out into the sea, and waves goodbye to the Power Rangers.
So they're taught. So you're missing, Sean. You're missing the subtleties of it all, right? So what happens is, right? There's the wizard, right? And Divatox is like, we need to get him. The Rangers get there first. In a scene where Tommy and Kat, the Pink Ranger, go through the jungle, and then she breaks her leg, and here's the one good scene in the whole movie, Sean. Tommy saves her in the rapids, and I actually think that shot in an okay way.
That's, you know what? I will allow that praise, Connor, on this one occasion.
It's not the greatest cinematography I've ever seen in my life, but it's an okay scene that is fine. That is, if you see it in another movie, you wouldn't say that's a bad scene. So by this standard, it's the greatest scene in the whole movie.
That's it. In this movie, it's the absolute best part of this movie. So
Tommy saves her. He leaps off and does a fucking triple front flip, lands in the water, dives Tommy in, saves her because he's the coolest one, and he pulls her out. And she's like, "Oh, my leg's broken." And then the wizard comes along and he heals her leg, and they're like, "Oh, he's a fucking cool dude." They bring him back to base with Zordon and Alpha.
Because he's there as friends, apparently.
Yeah, he's friends with Alpha. If you don't know who Zordon and Alpha are, Zordon's the big head in the jar and Alpha's the robot. Sean, what did you think of Zordon's animation? I thought it was really good. His mouth kept moving every time he talked.
It's like, do you know when that's in Superman, when they couldn't get Marlon Brando back, so they just fucking took his face as a JPEG and put it behind a glass window? It's like that, but a million times worse.
So someone said it's like Thomas the Tank Engine's face moves more than his face.
Yeah, it does. V for Vendetta's face moves more than this fella's face, Connor.
The voice actor's still there, but they just didn't have the funds to animate the voice or the face, so they just didn't.
What if you just, here's a wild idea, film the man's face?
I mean, you could do that, but I don't have the time, Sean. We gotta go to Africa, okay? We gotta make a doll. I've got a lot of things on my plate.
Gotta CGI all these monkeys and lions, you know?
Yeah. So they have the wizard, right? Diva talks. She ain't happy about this. So to make the sacrifice to raise her demon, she needs to capture 2 humans. And lo and behold, she comes across. We're not even going to talk about Bulk and Skull because they are comedy. It's funny.
They're useless.
When you're 7, that's funny. But Sean, they come across the only 2 other people in the whole universe that they probably shouldn't have come across. Which was, you have Amy Jo Johnson, Austin St. John, and their Pink Ranger and Red Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Jason and Kimberly.
Yeah, they're just out. They're scuba diving at the time, or
so they're they're scuba diving, and Divatox is in a submarine. So they're literally going along, and they just found the first 2 humans they could find, and they just so happen to be the only other 2 Rangers on the planet.
I mean, that's pretty. The odds. It's pretty fortunate, you know.
The odds. I mean, and so they're like, right, we're going to sacrifice these 2, and they're going to be the ones we get rid of. But then they find out the Rangers have fucking Wizard Boy, right? What's Wizard Boy's name again? Hang on, I have it right here.
Lerigo.
Let it go. So, Lerigo. So Lerigo's there, right? And so then they come up with a plan, right? We'll trade you Lerigo if you give us back our 2 best pals, right? Because Tommy's like, they're my crew. I'm not having that.
I love, by the way, the precedent of this sense that Power Rangers will negotiate with terrorists. It's what
they will. Tommy wouldn't negotiate with anyone. Every terrorist going, lad.
Just to save his best pals.
Just to save his best pals. Right? He couldn't actually, to be honest with you, I get the impression he couldn't give a shit about his current team. He just misses the old team when it was good.
He's in the job too long now. He can't leave. He's kind of secure.
He's the experienced head, but he was there when the team was good. So he's like, I'm sticking around. So he's like, right, we'll trade you Lerigo for the 2 of them. The bad guys are like, cool. Then, Sean, the bad guys double-crossed him. Because Lerigo walks off, waves, and then walks directly into the bad guy's hands before they hand off Kimberly and Jason. And then you're like, they were double-crossed.
Because it turns out that because they drive out and then they're like, dump him here. And then it's just 2 fucking dummies that they put in the water. And what happens, what's weird is that Tommy swims out and Tommy's like...
He's cool.
Because he's cool, and he checks one of the bodies and he's like, fuck, it's a dummy, we got tricked. And then he swims out and he checks the other one as well, just to be sure.
Well, you never know. They might have fucked up.
Before he fucked up, just leaving one of them face down in the water.
They're definitely a body bag if they are in those bags.
Oh yeah, they're definitely dead already. Like,
Tommy, you don't want to find them in those bags. But also, did you notice that every scene shot at night can't see anything? First of all, Secondly, clearly shot in the day, and then they put the night filter on it in the edit. and just made it unwatchable.
Just tint it blue and remove any contrast or definition from the image. That's what you need.
Fucking good stuff.
Looks
good stuff.
horrendous. Just film shit at night. But I will say, in this movie's credit, it looks better than that one scene in House of the Dragon where it's real dark and clearly daytime.
It does. There you go now. That's the one positive the House of the Dragon doesn't have on this movie. So there you go. So you're saying House of the Dragon worse than this?
I'm saying Paddy Considine for the Red Ranger is my thoughts.
He could fucking do it. You know that? He could actually do it. The man
could do it.
So now the bad guys have the wizard and they've got the fucking 2 sacrifices, and our Rangers got nothing. They don't even have morphers because to be honest, they don't use them. So they're all just humans at this point.
You can only assume that because they don't have the morphers, they never use them. It's impossible for them to morph until... Like, Zoran's just been making the turbo shit in the background.
So Zoran's been kind of just chilling, waiting for all the bad things to happen. He sees, look, he's not fucking trying that hard. And then he's like, okay, all right, what happened? You got double crossed, did you? She's what? She's hours from taking over the whole universe. Okay, all right. Well,
yes, I'll pull me fucking finger out.
Right, I better pull up the fucking socks. Right, what do I have in the back there, Alpha? Well, Turbo. We've got these new Power Ranger suits and Zords, and you've got new Morphers. So
biggest,
they're
most powerful. But they're car keys. They're so shit. They're absolutely terrible. At least the first ones were cool looking, like for a kid. But if you unwrap,
you got to shout Mastodon and then Morph.
But and instead you get to shout Red Lightning, I guess. That's probably the coolest one.
So my favourite is Adam the Green Ranger, who always gets stuck with shit and all of this. He became the frog in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He's got like the spirit of the frog. Poor Adam, he always gets done. He gets like the family car.
He gets like the fucking the SUV,
the soccer practice car.
Yeah, he gets the soccer car. I think it's called Dune Star. Is that what it is?
And he's like, yes, that's the best car. It's the ugliest car you will ever see.
It's a free sweets inside kind of van is what he gets given. Like, and that's Desert Thunder is what it is. And so then, of course, the Red Ranger, Tommy, is the only one who gets a half decent looking fucking car. Yellow Ranger, Pink Ranger, same as Adam. Yeah, Yellow Ranger is another, like... It's even cooler, though, than the Green Ranger. It's a 4x4, gets.
I would say.
Yeah. The blue one, the Mountain Blaster, that's pretty cool as well. But that's for the child. Yeah, that's driven
by Justin, the child.
But Tommy's is like a fucking sports car Dune buggy
Lamborghini.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know why you're all complaining. This is such a cool idea. So the 4 of them all set off, and as you said, you have the theme song of Turbo Ranger, Power Rangers, go, whatever it's fucking saying, and it's a good one, Sean. It's a fucking good one. Right?
Oh, it's one of the best.
I'm going to come in strong and say that's a good one.
It is.
That's a great scene.
Oh, it's not a great scene. The song's pretty good, but the scene itself is terrible.
But when Tommy goes, let's push it to turbo, and then they start driving real quick. That's how you know it's good, right?
No.
So you think, where are they driving? Because Divatox, she's in a submarine. Very hard to drive to a submarine.
Yeah, you need something that can take on the water, Connor.
But Sean, it's a turbo movie. Why would we have a plot that would take them out of their cars?
Was going to be my point, is that why in the movie about cars and Turbo Rangers, would you make your main antagonist a pirate?
In a submarine.
In a submarine.
And you know where she's going? She's going to a fucking island.
Yeah. Where you can't bring a car easily, so they have to drive. They essentially just drive, and they don't even bring the cars with them, really. Like, it's not like it's a ferry. No, they bring them, but like it's not like they drive on. Like they just get to the ghostly galleon.
Yeah.
And then they get a ship to the island, and then through magic, the car appears there.
Yeah, the car is underneath. It's in the brig.
It's in the hole.
Sean.
It's in the ferry.
It's in the hole. Somehow it's just transferred in from the pier into the boat. We don't know how, but it's just there. That's fine.
It's an old school like pirate galleon that they get onto.
They've got a big open inside entrance you didn't see with a ramp, and that you can drive the cars up.
I don't know that 4, I suppose. Well, no, 5 cars could fit.
5 at this point, because Zordon does a clever thing. He doesn't tell the rest of the team that their paralysed partner is no longer going to be a ranger. He's very smart, because that'd put them emotional. That'd get them into a bad mental health day. So what they want to do...
They're just going to shuffle him away off screen.
They're going to say, I've shot him in the back, right? He's no longer of use. He can't even fucking do a quick kickflip spin and not land on his spine outside the ring 10 feet away. So that's no use to me. No. So I'm going to replace him with a kid.
Going to get a 9-year-old to deal with this.
We could just hire, another human who's an adult, but that's not good enough.
Yeah. What about any of the other older rangers who are still apparently extremely capable?
Anyone. They're all good at kung fu.
But there is that scene they're like in the hold and they're like, I wish we could morph right now. And it's like, yeah, I guess, but like, we'll probably do it again.
So they all have to use their morphers to power the boat because it's Zordon's boat, don't ask. And then that's the only way they can drive it, because they also have to use their keys to drive the boat, Sean, because that's how boats work.
But it's an ancient boat, Connor.
Yeah, but it looks ancient, but it's not. Zordon's been working on it.
Why did he make it a spooky pirate ship then?
Why does it have to be spooky? Just make it a normal boat.
If the keys are needed to power the boat, he's had the keys for ages, presumably.
Yeah, he's been working on that for ages, unless he built the boat to look vintage.
Did he? Oh, okay. It's kind of like you make a table out of an old pallet kind of a deal.
He made a perfect boat and then he just beat the shit out of it with a baseball bat for a while.
That's what. Anytime you don't see Zordon in Zeo, he's just kicking the shit out of a pirate ship with a baseball bat.
Out of his own boat that he came up with. I spent years making this now to beat the shit out of it, to make it look a bit rugged. So they're on the boat, John, because obviously this is a turbo movie. So they're kicking at the turbo. Sailing slowly across the Atlantic,
going at several knots per hour at this point.
Oh, it's fucking to the turbo, right? And simultaneously, the villains, they have all the fucking hostages. They've got the evil wizard, or not evil wizard, the good wizard, and they also have his wife and his child.
Yeah, who I hope both die off screen.
No, I want to see them die. Show me.
I need the bodies.
I need the bodies. They also, all Wizard and his whole family, look, think of the worst doll you've ever seen. Think of Yoda, but the guy making the puppet was really drunk. It's like so fucking drunk when he was putting them together, and then there was 5 minutes left and he went, that'll fucking do. It's grand.
Yeah, like imagine someone got like a troll doll, blew it up to be the size of a basketball, then printed it on like the smoothest surface imaginable and took any bit of soul or character out of its eyes.
Yeah, that's good. That's how you get a good... And the Rangers are sad that it's gone. So we're sad.
We have to be, presumably. But also, who cares? You met this thing 4 seconds ago. You were going to trade him to the terrorists.
They were willing to give him up. But now that they've been double-crossed, they're like, I'm just more mad about that.
Now we're insulted. Now it's personal.
So 2 things happen while these journeys are happening simultaneously. If you think we're going too quickly, by the way, there's no plot in the movie, so don't worry about it. So,
this movie's an hour and 40 minutes long with credits, but it could be genuinely 45 minutes. 45, maybe.
You get to 40, easy. Take out that whole scene with him and the monkeys, you're down to about 30 minutes.
True.
So they're on the boats, right? Simultaneously going towards Evil Island. Don't know what the island's called, can't remember, but I think it's in the Bermuda Triangle or some sort of triangle.
But it's evil. It's some kind. Fuck. What is that? I'm gonna find that. You continue with the plot.
So the monsters, what Divatox does, she realizes they're chasing them in a boat, and she's like, oh man, we're going to send monsters their way. So then they send monsters onto the bus. So we've got an action scene, Sean. We've got our first action scene. You're thinking, they're definitely going to morph in this, but it's dark. we don't want to show the new suits in the darkness. So they're not going to morph. There's no point, right? You're not going to sell toys like that.
They can flip just as well without morphing. Also, it's the Nemesis triangle,
flippers.
it's called.
Now, the issue is that when they're not morphed, they are carrying a 9-year-old child with them who ultimately would be shit in a fight.
Yeah, like, he could be the fastest, most accurate fighter in the world, but he has the strength of a 9-year-old child.
And he's fighting these big monsters, and so I gotta admit, the other 4 mostly do all the work when they're trying to fight off the monsters, and it's all in darkness, but clearly shot in light, and then filtered out again. So that's how you know it's good. It's a big fight scene shot. What did you think of this fight scene? 10 out of 10, John Wick?
Not exactly John Wick, I would say.
Okay.
I'd say it's not even as good as the construction fight in Mighty Morphin.
No, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Because at least they were Rangers at that point.
At least they were capable. But did you like Tommy going, "Hiya"? That was pretty good.
Yeah, no, like anytime Tommy's on screen, I'm like, okay, of course, he's cool.
Like, Jason David Frank has clearly the most charisma out of everyone in this whole cast and this whole movie, and he shouldn't be here.
No, yeah, he's carrying this entire movie on his back, really. Like, he's the only interesting one to watch.
All the other Rangers completely interchangeable. Completely.
No, yeah, because it doesn't matter who they are. And it feels like it feels like they know they're the second team of Rangers, and they probably aren't people's favourites.
Yeah. So I mean, also should say Jason David Frank obviously sadly passed away, but an absolute legend. He was over all the Comic Cons. He was an MMA fighter for a while, as well.
Super nice dude as well. By
just
all
a
accounts.
really nice man. So obviously really sad to see him pass. But yeah, could not give him enough credit for just every bit of work they did for all this, because he's clearly the only one who's in any way good. Although actually Austin St. John and Amy Jo Johnson, who are Pink Ranger, Red Ranger from the previous, they have a bit about them as well. I think a bit of some sort of charisma.
Yeah, but I think that's because they're like, I don't know, maybe it's because they're the originals. They're just like, they're confident that like, no, we're these characters. This is what it means.
I definitely think Austin St. John, him coming in, you can see why he was the leader at the start. Yeah. Like, even as the hostage, you're like, oh no, he looks like a guy, that he would be the leader. They would choose in 1995.
Yeah, but also like him and Tommy have like, no, you're the leader now, and it's this whole respect thing that they have. That's really interesting and fun. But the rest of them can fuck right off.
Let's never touch on it for any longer than 30 seconds. It's not good enough. So yeah, they're fighting off the monsters, and then simultaneously you've got Jason and Kimberly, the hostages. They're at the bottom of the boat. Jason comes up with a genius plan. The plan is he's going to open the door, the latch, to keep all the water out and bring it in to their cage, to their cell that has no holes.
Water on the inside.
So what his plan is, they're 400 feet below water level. His plan is to bring the water from the outside into the inside of the boat where they are, and ultimately trapped, and then somehow escape.
I mean, in the 90s, that's the most solid plan any child movie actor has ever had.
I mean, also, the two of them are really good at Kung Fu. They could easily have just waited until they got out and then beaten the shit out of the people when, they got out of the cage. Because they never actually had a chance to fight anyone, because they got kidnapped underwater and they were just knocked out and then just thrown into the cage. So they never even got a good go of it.
That's true, but Kimberly is the only one then to escape, is the thing.
Yeah, she gets away. And you think maybe she'll go for help. No, she gets kidnapped again.
She gets re-kidnapped, yeah.
Straight away. So ultimately, what's the point? Just for a bit of drama, really, isn't it?
Look, bit of drama. At least it's something to happen in the plot.
Something to happen. And so they finally get to the island, and this is, by the way, this is one of my favourite scenes in the whole movie shot, is Adam says, I'm going to get out. I'll get to the island. They're like 2 miles away on the boat, and they're like, I'll drive to the island in my car through the water You think you should be just probably given boats, really, at this point. But we were given cars, so I'm going to drive my fucking SUV to soccer practice. And then after soccer practice, after I pick up all the kids, I'm going to drive it over there, up to the top of that mountain, and then I'll get my binoculars out and I'll see what's going on. They're like, great idea. So he gets into the car, he drives to the beach, he gets up to the mountain. Simultaneously, Divatox, the evil woman that she is, she sends 2 torpedoes towards their boat, right? Yeah. And there's a moment in this movie where we have a scene where they allow the character of Adam to believe all of his other friends and a 9-year-old child have been killed, blown up, and just because he's not aware of what's going on, he just turns around on the mountain and the boat explodes.
Which, it's very, like, we as the audience know, no, they're alive. But they make Adam believe that everyone has
as
been
a
exploded.
character, how devastating is that?
But also, how nonplussed is his actual reaction in the film, if that's the case?
Because it blows up and he's like, oh man, oh
no.
Oh no, what's off?
At least give me a scream or a panic.
Adam, what I needed was somebody to go, oh fuck, Jesus, no, and then maybe like fucking run to try and help and then be helpless. Just maybe anything other than, no, Asher, look, that'll be grand. Don't
better
worry
drive home.
Well, I'm the leader now, aren't I? The Green Ranger is going to step up. Fuck you, Tommy and Jason. Adam's the next in line. So it turns out they're all okay, Sean, because they all drive out of the boat.
Yeah, they do. But like at this is where I've purposely, like, not even purposely, but I just checked out at this point in the film, I think, because the rest of it is just a mishmash of things happening.
So yeah, they finally morph into their Power Ranger forms. Then they go radical, my dudes. Then they go and interrupt the ceremony that Divatox is doing, and she's sacrificing Jason and Kimberly to raise her future demon husband. And it actually works. In the worst green screen you've ever seen, there's lava down there, Sean.
That's really, like, that looks like a PS1 graphic, doesn't it? Like, yes, Spyro would fall into terrible. That.
Truly atrocious. Could have just built it. I mean, if you had just built your own lava, just a bit of vinegar, bit of food dye, and, just let that explode for a little bit. Maybe Mentos and Coke if you need to. Anything. Just, it would have been better than what you did.
Than whatever PNG you just decided to pop behind your Rangers at this point.
But at this point, Sean, it turns Kimberly and Jason evil because they get taken over by the demon.
Again, something that would be cool if it wasn't resolved in 5 seconds.
Once again, it's a plot point that I thought, that would be really interesting. Let's solve it immediately, not just... Why would we not just let this play out and be the plot of the movie?
If you knew that this was like, this going to be setting up the next season of Power Rangers, and like, you want to get people more on side for the rest of the Rangers, surely you have Tommy also turn evil.
Yes.
And it shows how capable the rest of them are.
Tommy, Jason, Kimberly all get turned evil.
Yeah.
And the plot is...
They're the old guard. We can't fight them.
Divatox turns them evil for some other plot point, not to do with a fucking troll wizard. No. And then you have the new Rangers, who Rocky's spine is still broken, bringing the kid. Adam's kind of somehow the leaders. No, I think maybe Kat. I think Kat's next in line from what I'm seeing in this movie.
She's next in the succession of
she's of the succession. So the Pink Ranger, she's the leader. And they're like, we got to get them back. And they got to try and get them back through love. All 4 of them.
And it's like sick flips and shit as well. But it would be like 4 on 3, but it's like 3 experienced Rangers versus 4 fairly new Rangers.
Yes. Oh, Sean, you're coming up with good ideas.
I think that's a way better movie if that happens, is all I want to say. And keep the S&M pirate lady. I'm fine with that. I can't stress that.
Just have her about.
Have her wander through the background of some scenes.
I'm not saying to take her out. Right? I would never say that. But she is doing nothing in this movie. Although she does have a great scene here where they finally raise the demon. And she actually reacts like, oh, fuck, he's a demon. I don't want to marry him. And then she goes, I feel sick. I'm going to leave.
She's a weirdly, like, comedic villain as well. Like, she's
like, I just remembered I had something on. So I got to leave
bounces. Now. Because I guess if you defeat her in the movie, you can't have her pop up in the rest of the series, really.
Yeah, she's like the big bad for the season. Also, there's a fucking fantastic scene, the only good scene in the movie, where she rings Rita, who's the original villain.
That's hilarious.
Her and Lord Zed, of course, they're the main villains from the first few seasons. And they just have a bit of a cameo, which actually does get a bit of a reaction. That she rings her and is like, how did you deal with the Power Rangers? And Rita's like, I fucking didn't. That's why I'm here. They're fucking lunatics. Get out.
I lost every time.
It's a great scene. This movie doesn't deserve that scene whatsoever. But it's in here.
That's a lot of like fan favour, I think. It's just like, okay, you got Rita in.
Yeah, even just for like the 30-second cameo, bring her in for a day to film the scene, and then just move her on. So then we have fight scene between Tommy and Jason, because you have to have the two old Red Rangers fighting it out. And Kimberly gets turned back good, which is ideal, because the wizards turn her back good, and she's like, come on guys, we gotta be good again.
I will say, before that, Kimberly has a really weird fucking line that I don't know what it means.
Evil says what evil does or something?
She's coming up on the Yellow Ranger or something. Evil is as evil does, is the line. And I'm like, what does that mean? Because you're not evil, you're just possessed.
Yeah, but she's evil. You know what I mean? She's been taken over by a demon. And I think Amy Jo Johnson just went all in on the ham, just because she's like, fuck it, let's just be evil. Come on, we'll just act it up.
That's true. Do you think that was like a trailer shot of being like evil Kimberly?
I think so, yeah. I think that's the trailer shot. That's like the version of Bad Ray from Star Wars. That's what they put in the trailer shot to get people in. And so eventually you're not going to believe this, but they overcome it through love. And they finally turn Jason and Kimberly back good, and they're like, yeah, we're cool again. And then they help out with the fight, but like Kimberly doesn't really help out. Like she does like one kick and then she goes over to the wizards and tries to help them. And I'm like, they're like the experienced ones. They should be kung fuing around the place. But I think they wanted to show off the new people.
Yeah, and I think like if they start kung fuing and defeating villains, then it's like, okay, so you don't need to be a ranger? Like you don't need to morph to do this stuff?
Yeah, there's also a really weird scene where Adam gets hit and he's on the ground and the monster's about to eat him, and he's like, hey, look over there, and the monster looks, and then he gets up and he walks away. Just
to show how he's crazy. He's a crazy
he's a wild card.
He doesn't think like the rest of us. He's kind of a funny guy, you know.
Funny in what way, you say? I don't know, but he's funny, you know what I mean? Yeah, so that scene made no sense. Also, when Adam's on the ground, he's like, I can't move, and Tommy's like, can you move? And he's like, I can't move. And Tommy's like, fucking move. Just, why are you fucking lying there? Fucking, he's going to eat you, man. Just get up. And that's when he goes, look over there. And then he immediately moves.
He was saying the same thing to Rocky earlier on at the bottom. Rocky. Get up.
Rocky, would you ever just fucking grow a new neck and get up, would you? Jeez,
you'll never make Red Ranger like that.
Actually, Rocky was Red Ranger in the last movie.
That's true. You'll never get back to Red Ranger like that.
You'll never get back to Red Ranger, lad. No Red Ranger. I'm making it cool again. I'm Tommy. And so then we have the big fight scene at the end, Sean, where the monster grows big and they do the big turbo Megatron joining together. Megazord joining together, and they have the big fight scene, and he has a sword and he slices through the monster falls off a cliff and explodes.
Yeah, like, do you think kids liked this in the day? I mean, you clearly did.
Well, yeah, Sean, they did.
Yeah, Sean, I probably would say that they liked it.
I'm gonna say that they fucking did.
But like, it's not good, is it? Like, none of this is good.
Oh, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my whole life. But I mean, it's also, I remember watching it when I was 7, thinking, this is, I think even at 7 I was like, this is a bad Power Rangers movie.
Right. But at least it's a Power Rangers movie.
That would be the logic. So the logic is, this is nowhere near as good as the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, but at least it includes the Power Rangers, which I really like, because I'm 17. I mean 7.
Wait,
sorry. Wait, what?
Hang on a minute.
Because I'm 26.
You're speaking out loud there, buddy. Yeah, look, it's your classic Power Rangers ending. It's more true to like what the TV show is than what the end of Mighty Morphin was, which is like, we have all these computers that can do all of these graphics. Let's throw all of the graphics at it.
Yeah, they were not ready for that. Was that 95 that movie came out? They were not ready for that at all.
Whereas this is like it's a man in a suit and it's some puppets and it's a small set to make him look big, you know?
Yeah. So, Sean, are you saying this was a good movie or a bad movie?
I think this was a great movie because Diva Tox was in it. No,
it turned around.
This was actually one of the worst things. Without the the benefits of nostalgia, this is genuinely not fun to watch, I would say.
No, it's really terrible. But also, I just thought so they should have had a scene where Adam was nearly turned by Diva Tox. Just like Adam is the only one being like, you know what, guys, let's hear her out.
Let's hear her out. She's making some good points.
I'm starting to think I want to be a Space Pirate winner.
I mean, that sounds pretty rad. She's got this submarine.
Tommy's like, Adam, no, please. We always lose him.
We always lose him to evil right at the end.
He's a wild card, but I'm glad he's in our deck. Sean, this was written by Shuki Levy, Shel Danielson, also directed by Shuki Levy, who is a bit of a legend in the Power Rangers world at this point. So he knew the characters. I think it's shot grand. It should be at least 35 minutes shorter. A whole bunch of scenes are all just there, just a pad time.
Yeah, it feels like it should be a 2-part, one story, 2 episodes, 2-part story, 2 episodes.
Do you remember when we talked about Mask of the Phantasm and we were like, it fucking runs at a clip, it just goes bang.
No wasted time, not a scene out of place.
It's an hour and 9 minutes and they're like, fuck, let's go. Right? Yeah. Whereas this is, I think they needed to get to 90 minutes and then they scraped an extra 7 out of it and they were like, we got an hour 37. Lads, we're laughing.
And I think that's solely so that they could do proper VHS sales of the movie.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
And you fell victim. Well, your friend fell victim to that. Well,
victim's a long word. They're not victims, Sean. I was part of it. I thought it was a great idea.
We're blessed.
And I mean, like, I think now I will go back now that, like, obviously with the news of Jason David Frank is that you can go back and kind of watch these, but like, yeah, it's the nostalgia's still strong. I'll go rewatch the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers every year, Sean. Like,
that's
once
fair.
A year.
That's fair. I can't fault you there. It's nice to have things that remind you of being a kid.
You got Ivan Ooze, man. You gotta fight Ivan Ooze somehow.
Look, we've all seen X-Men Apocalypse, Connor.
Sean, I think that's it for like this. I don't really have anything else to say because the movie's so terrible.
No, yeah, I think I hope, like, look, we're ragging on it a little bit, but I think that's part of the charm with these movies as well, is that you can laugh at them for what they are.
Also, I think this movie's great if you watch it with people. You need to watch it with other people. It's one of those movies.
But like, it's not often you see a movie with the Power Rangers that made $9 million.
It's like, that's such a big fucking name in 1997, and they only made $9 million.
They made fuck all money out of it.
How bad does it have to be to make less than 10 million? And it's the Power Rangers in 97.
That's your peak. that's it. I'd love to know how much they made off of toys off the back of it, though.
Oh, madness. I'd say they made a fortune off it.
Like, so much more. Like, the movie just advertising toys would have absolutely been worth it.
They spend like 5 minutes of the whole movie just promoting the toys. These are the new Zords. These are your new suits.
You could rip that entire scene and that's the ad. Like, you put that like on the TV.
Yeah,
that's your ad for the toys. Would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Sure, why not, Sean?
Thanks, everyone, for listening to the Power Rangers, listening to us talk about the Power Rangers. That is...
we're also doing the Christmas thing.
Yes, that is the 10th of December. We're having our Patreon and friend of the show hangout chat. If you guys want to show up to that, links will be posted here and stuff. And it was... For everyone who came to the last one, thank you very, very much. It was a lot of fun. We did a lot of stuff. We had a lot of good chats. I think the plan is to do the like gift exchange thing that we usually do. We'll probably do that on the live chat on the day. But more information about that will be posted here, as well as on the Facebook and the Instagram, kind of coming up to the time. So keep an eye out for that. Let us know any other movies you want us to check out. More like if there's any other childhood favourites that you have, send them in. We'll rip those
Sean,
apart
next
all
month
day.
Is our Christmas Patreon, so we got to do a Christmas movie.
It does have to be a Christmas movie. Send in your favourite Christmas movies as well.
And it can't be not Jingle All the Way. What was the one that we did?
We did Jingle All the Way. We did Jingle All the Way last year.
Can't be that one again, lads. You got to pick a different one.
Could be All of the Other Reindeer. That's all I'm saying.
It doesn't. It's
could be
not
all
going to be.
I think you'd fucking love that movie, though. That movie's way cleverer than it has any right to be.
Man.
Lad, come on. It's got Futurama energy to it. But, yeah, send in Christmas movies. Send in any movies and we'll add them to the hat, but we'll definitely be picking a Christmas one for next month. And other than that, the shows will all go up as normal. Thank you all for your support. You're absolutely wonderful humans, each and every one of you. And we will chat to you here next month, and then we'll chat to you on the regular show 3 times a week.
You know where we are. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Sean Lee.
I will see you all next month, guys.
Bye.